Welcome to a little tomfoolery, Rob Little and Tommy Ryman. A podcast filled with laughs and gaffs, guffaws and haws, and maybe a picture of a dog. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. Fools!
Good morning, good day, and good evening, and welcome to A Little Tomfoolery. I'm your host, Rob Little, and can you believe it? For the 14th time, we are lucky to get Tommy Ryman back on the show. Tommy, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. I didn't know if I was going to be available, but I took some time aside and I was like, I want to be on the show again. I want to be a guest. And I'm so excited that we locked you down again.
Yeah, dude.
Incredible.
I hear you. Man, we came off a crazy week.
Yeah. Omaha, we were together in the same room, and now we're far apart again, but
we're in the same time zone.
We're in the same time zone, so That's what's exciting. Because
let the listeners know where you are, brother.
I'm in New York right now.
New York, concrete jungle. Do we gotta pay royalties for that?
I probably stop singing, stop it. But yeah, I'm in Brooklyn right now. I'm looking out onto the New York skyline because I'm staying in Williamsburg.
Oh, all right. That wasn't far from where I lived when I was there. I was in Brooklyn Heights.
Nice. Yeah, it's really cool. I got upgraded for my hotel because when you probably know this, but when you're traveling, your check-in for a hotel normally is until 3 or sometimes 4 o'clock. And I know that coming in. So I got in to New York at like noon and went to the hotel, and my room wasn't ready, but I was like, but can you hold my bags? I'd love that. And they're like, of course. And then there was other people that got there also at noon. They were like, why isn't our room ready? But we're here. And that's because they have to clean the rooms. And I was just nice about it. And I was like, yeah, just text me when it's ready. I'm in one of the biggest cities in America. There's probably stuff to do.
Right.
And so I went and walked around. And then I did come back around 3 just to check in. There was this very nice lady at the counter. And I was like, oh, I was just checking about my room. And I kind of wanted to grab my backpack to do some work. And she was like, oh, well, let me like pre-check. And she did some stuff. And then I gave her my email and she was like, oh, Tommy. And then she laughed a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's because it's immature. It should be like Tom. And she goes, no, I just, she's like, oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I was like, no, what is it? And she goes,
yeah,
well,
no, please. Hurt my feelings.
She goes, well, I rescued a cat and I named it Tommy. And I was like, I'm honored to be the same name as your cat. That's amazing, blah, blah. And so she was super nice. And then she goes, well, actually, we upgraded you. We'll try to get you upgraded to a room with a balcony and a view. Because I had just paid for in like basic bed.
Right.
So now I've got a sweet balcony.
Wow.
I can look out onto the Manhattan skyline. It's rad.
Isn't it crazy? Just with being a little friendly, a little nice, accommodating for them, and that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, so it worked out. And then I'm sure the people that wanted to get their room right away just got the room that I had reserved, and
right,
the basement somewhere.
They're in the janitor's closet.
Yeah, like, all right, if you really want a bed right now, we'll find one.
They got a sweet laundry. They could do everybody's sheets at once, probably. That's awesome, bro. So today was a kind of a cool day. They delivered my trex, which is like it's a composite, I think is what they call it. It's not wood. It's like almost like a PVC type of material, but you don't ever have to stain it. It's already one color. It's a light pebble gray is what it's called. And they delivered it. It's huge, man. It like took up almost my whole side of my yard in the back. And wow, that's exciting. That means that they're starting tomorrow. They're delivering the wood tomorrow. So
what is the wood then? That goes underneath
yeah, it's like all the support.
Got it.
And then the trex is the decking, what you see.
And this is for your dock, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you said that, but
yep. Did I say it?
You were just like, my trekking got here, and
Oh,
all the audience
Trex.
was like, nobody cares about your Star Trek weird collection.
Well, I did a live today on it, like showing the guy delivering it, because they had like this cool, like, I don't even know what it was. It was some kind of tool that he drove and he could go sideways with it and all these cool moves. And I'm doing a live and I said, oh, I'm getting my Trex. And everybody's like, you got a T-Rex? Like, what? I'm like, yeah, I got a T-Rex, you idiots. That's exactly. So, but we're going through a hurricane right now in Florida.
Yeah. Isn't it? When does the tropical storm hit? Is it hit already?
Well, I can't really notice, to be honest. It's been raining on and off for the last couple of weeks. So, I don't know.
Will they be able to install the deck if it's like raining tomorrow, or dock? I mean,
that's what I asked him, and he said, "Oh, it'll be over tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, well, thanks, Mother Nature. I didn't know." Like his wife was like, "Yeah, no problem. We'll be here tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I goes, "Well, I'm going to set up some lawn chairs because all the neighborhood guys want to come over and watch. Okay, as long as they're not in our way, I don't care." And every single one of them was like, "When are they doing it? Can we come over?" Like that's a big to do in right now in my neighborhood.
Well, that'll be exciting. Everybody can watch other people do labor.
Yeah. So now, okay, so now I went through all this permit crap, which is still not done for my pergola and my shed and my concrete for the pergola. Anyways, so now I have to get electric because they don't put the electric in for your boat lift and everything. They put the motor in and all the connections, but they don't actually set up the electrical. So now I gotta find out if I need a permit for that, which I'm probably do. And what do I got to do for that? So I have to, my neighbor's an electrician, so I asked him to come over tonight so I can find out what I gotta do. But it's just one thing after another, man.
Well, now you're gonna have a fancy dock.
Yeah, that's true.
With
so
Trex.
It's really like we mapped it out today. It's crazy how big it is. It's like 72 feet.
What?
Yeah, so it's almost the full length of my property in the back. So it's going to be like a regular 5-foot wide walking dock to the 24-foot long, 16-foot wide boathouse with the lift, and then a 16 by 16 fishing pier at the front of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be, no wonder it was as expensive as you said it was, because I was just thinking of like dock, like 8 feet out.
Right.
And there was a little dinghy with Rob Little's boat of paradise on there.
No, the boat of paradise, like bird of paradise. That's awesome. No, this is like, it's different because I'm on a canal. If I was on the lake, yeah, that's all I would need is probably, 8 to 20 feet or whatever. But yeah, so it's just overwhelming right now. There's so much crap going on. So I'm a little, ugh.
That's cool. I'm exhausted for the last 2 days.
Tell me what you've been doing. Yeah, man.
I've been walking everywhere, man. Yesterday I walked over across the Williamsburg Bridge over into Manhattan. And
is this your first time in New York?
No, I haven't been to New York though for about 3 or 4 years. So and then normally I stay in Manhattan, or I used to stay in Astoria. So this is my first time in the Brooklyn side or borough. And then, but yeah, so I walked across the Williamsburg Bridge and I went and saw the memorial where the trade centers were or used to be. And then the museum was closed. Yeah, the museum was closed, but I'm going to go to the museum tomorrow. But yeah, it was exciting seeing that. And then today I walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. I had breakfast with my friend Josh Gondelman. He's very funny. He used to write for the John Oliver Show. He's producing another show now. So we grabbed some coffee, and then I had a show last night, which was
how'd it go?
It was good. It was just a small attended show because it was the first time this show was doing their live show back.
Okay.
It was called Airplane Mode. And so they had been off kind of for the pandemic. So they had moved spaces, but it's still fun. And
yeah, I noticed out there when I lived there, everybody had names for their shows. It wasn't just like, hey, come to the open mic at this bar. It's called,
Yeah.
Dorks Are Us, and then it's they all got funny names.
Yeah, and then tonight I have 2 shows. I'm doing Penthouse Comedy with Mark Norman's on that, and some other cool people. And then I go to another place that used to be a supper club called like the Sultans or something. And then yeah, that should be there's. So I'm gonna do 2 spots, and then tomorrow I'm not gonna do any comedy. Just gonna party.
Well, if you go to that. First of all, if you go to that 9/11 thing tomorrow, if you don't come out of that balling your butt off, you didn't do it right, because I mean, you remember when it all happened, right?
Yeah.
Were you doing comedy yet?
No, I was a freshman in college. So
Okay.
I was just in the dorm room, but there was a kid in the dorm that was from New York. So we were all kind of making sure he was okay. And everybody was just kind of shocked. But yeah,
I was actually driving to a gig, and I kept calling the gig saying, "You're not going to do it." And they're like, "Yeah, we are." And then when I got there, it was like a 7-hour drive. Rockford, Illinois is where I was going from Detroit.
Oh, wow.
And when I got there, they go, "Yep, we're not doing it." And I go, "Well, you're still paying me, because I gave you all these chances." And I wasn't even the headliner. I was the middle act. And the headliner was this disabled guy from Chicago. And he's like, "Can you get my check too when you go up?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm going in and bust some heads,
Yeah. But even not going into the museum, just walking around the plaza, they've made where the 2 towers were like into a big fountains, and then they have the names around it. So everybody's pretty calm there. So
yeah. When you go in, there's one display or one exhibit that I couldn't stop, because I remember hearing about it, but they got like a silhouette of a plane, and they got each passenger's name, and then each one of them started making phone calls.
Yeah, man.
While they knew they were going to crash. This was for the one that crashed by the Pentagon.
Oh, okay.
And so each one of them, and you could hear like they played their calls, because they were like on people's voicemails and stuff. It was heavy, man. Because I remember it was, well, everybody remembers that, but anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, so but just walking across the bridges, and then seeing the Statue of Liberty off in the distance, there's so much history here. And it's great that it's like 98 degrees. So it's perfect for walking. I've never sweated so much in my entire life.
And you're not a shorts guy, so.
No, well, I do have shorts, but I
did you contact our little buddy Steven Rogers?
Yeah, he's opening for Brian Regan though, so he's actually not in town.
Oh, okay.
But I saw Gondelman, I'll see Mark Norman, and I've seen a bunch of people. My friend Shelly, that used to open for me a lot, Shelly Paul, she lives here and works at Murray's Cheese. So I went and saw her at Grand Central.
Oh yeah, you were gonna surprise her, right?
Yeah. And then
did you?
I got samples. No, I told her I was coming. I didn't want to surprise. I'm terrible. But
that'd been cool.
I got free samples of cheese and meat. So
nice.
And I went to the Lego store, of course. And the New York one's got really cool displays. And I got I bought a little Statue of Liberty.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Now I got to get Megan a gift. Can't keep buying myself gifts.
I was gonna say, now you got to go there and have her sign it.
Have Lady Liberty sign it?
Well, either that or go down to like Times Square, and there's like these women dressed like that.
Yeah, there's the Naked Cowboy. I saw him when I was in town, walking through Times Square. They're all back.
I never saw him. I always saw the Naked Cowgirl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have pasties on and stuff. There's a few of them, and there's a girl that's a Statue of Liberty that does the pasties.
Oh, weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the coolest thing that I saw today, I walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, and then I was walking in the lower Manhattan, and they did a big ticker tape parade for their first response, all the essential workers. They were doing so I just stumbled into a ticker tape parade. I was like, no way.
Did you walk with it?
No, I mean, they didn't let me in.
You could have pulled out the clarinet and just started playing.
That was kind of fun to see. So.
Oh, cool, man. This sounds like it's fun. That, by the way, that bed you're on, that's a cool headboard.
I know, and the bathroom's right behind me. There's no people can just see me shower when I
Ooh.
take a shower.
Nice.
Yeah, this
Or
city's
have-
crazy. They don't care. It's all wild out here.
Wow, man. So you got other shows after tonight?
I'm just gonna do the 2 tonight. I could get on some others. I emailed SD at
You
Gotham,
did?
but she was all filled for audition spots, which is what
Not Gotham, at Comedy Cellar.
yeah, Cellar.
Yeah.
Geez. And so next time I'll try to actually get past there. I just didn't want the stress of an audition as well on top of me,
Sure.
or I would have reached out earlier. But she got back to me right away, which was cool.
That's awesome.
And then yeah, I think it'll just be hanging out and doing touristy stuff because Shelly's off. My friends they're off work the next 2 days, so then we can do more fun stuff. I'd like to go back to the Lego store again and do some real New York stuff. Like,
do they got one of those stores like we went to in Omaha for Legos?
I didn't see a used. I didn't look up a bricks and minifigures here, because I think they just have the official Lego store.
Oh,
so
okay.
I didn't even think to do that. But
Yeah.
there's a lady passed out in front of the Lego store, which was a little concerning. But
Right.
I don't know, because it's been so hot. But there was just like police standing around her, and they weren't like doing anything. So I was like, I think she's okay, and then they just put her in the ambulance. And and I was like, no, I get that. You want to get to the Lego store and you're not drinking enough water. So.
She's so excited. She just passes out.
Yeah. So I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
oh, I've been there, but I assume she's okay, but it was a little weird.
Wow.
To see.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Actually, you see that crap all the time in New York. I mean, it was insane how often you'd see it. And then you got to act like you don't see it, which is the weird thing, I thought.
And that's just people passed out in front of toy stores you're talking about? Or
everywhere? Yeah, passed out. It was actually the very first day I moved to New York City. The cabbie, I told him, I'm like, yeah, this is my first day. I just moved here. I'm moving into my apartment. And he starts telling me all about New York. And he just comes around and goes, it's your right. You can pee right on the street if you wanted to. It's your right. And as he said that, we turn a corner and there's a guy peeing on the street. I was like, well, he nailed it. I mean, exactly what he said.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was crazy.
And with the heat, I feel like I smell a lot of that pee that people.
Oh yeah.
You in there, right? There's definitely a interesting smells certain streets you go down, and they've got all their garbage out here. So it's a beautiful time to be here.
How long did it take before you saw a rat?
I have not seen one. I've seen one before when I've been here, but I have not seen one on this trip. But
have you been in the subways at all?
Yeah, but
that's where you see them.
Yeah, normally I know where I've seen where they are, but I'm usually looking at my phone because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going.
Did you have you tried talking to anybody? Like, you already know though, you're not supposed to really talk to people on the subway or anything.
No,
they just yell at you.
Well, plus then you still have to have masks on in the subway.
Oh, really?
Then they encourage you not to talk with but yeah, because literally New York just kind of started opening up last week.
Really?
So I think they still kind of have the mask mandate I think even Minnesota has the mask mandate on public transportation though, just because there's so many people in a confined spot.
Wow. All right.
But no, I still talk to everybody and go, hi, I'm Tommy from Minnesota.
And they're like, hey, I have a cat named Tommy.
Yeah. They all high five. Come to my comedy show.
So I just started something back up this week I've had a couple fraternity brothers that just had like some heart attacks and stuff.
Oh no.
And they're like the same age as me. And it just kind of scared me because like I have not been the most healthiest since COVID. So this week I started back up on working out, and I'm glad you can't really, I'm wearing dark colors, but I am so sore right now. I'm doing P90X again.
Oh, wow.
I'm going right after this actually to the gym, and I am just dying right now, man. My arms, supposed to do the first day you do push-ups and like back. And can you do push-ups? I'm not a good upper body guy.
I can, but I also am fortunate that I don't weigh anything. So there's not a lot to push,
Sure.
but I can't do a lot. I can do like 25 or 30 or something.
That's pretty good. On your feet?
Yeah.
Like
and
you
then,
don't have to go down to your knees?
No. And then I just do either 2 fingers or usually just the one. I got the one arm and then the one finger pointed. And then I'll do like 50. And then sometimes if I get tired, I'll put the whole hand down. But
sure, Rocky Balboa.
And then, yeah. And then usually if I'm doing push-ups at home, I'll have the dogs on me. So the Great Dane's right on my back, and then I've got Harvey on top of the Great Dane, and then Olive is on top of Harvey. So I
can see Harvey and Olive on your back, and then the Great Dane under you, just helping you lift you up.
Here you go. Like, thanks, Minnie. Thanks, Minnie. Yes.
Dude, I'm not good with push-ups. I was all knees. But dude, even by then, I probably did about 50.
Whoa, that's really good.
Yeah, but you do like a set of 10 and then you go do back stuff. And then you come back and you do a different type of like wide, close, military, decline. There's like all different ways to do them. And I remember when I've done this program so many times that it's just so depressing when you get started back and you're like, oh, this used to be easy and this is so hard again.
Oh man.
But I'm doing it. Did the first couple days out in my garage and it is hot. So ever since I've had that snake in my garage, I'm just like everywhere. You gotta look, man. I'm not good with snakes.
But it wasn't a real poisonous, even though you thought it was a black mamba.
It was a black racer.
Oh, okay.
And I just saw a video of a guy picking one up and it's biting him. And he's like, oh, look at there. Okay. All right. Just calm down. And it's biting. Like, how is he so calm?
I feel like you should utilize the snake with your P90X. It's just like, and whip it, and drop it, and switch it. Now kiss the snake.
Release him from your nose. And, oh man, I don't know. But the guy today, I said, because I saw a 3-foot gator in my canal the other day.
Oh, yeah. Man. Was it Bulldog, your old buddy, coming back?
I don't know. No, it can't be the same one. He would be much bigger by now. Full year. So I'm telling the dock guy today, I goes, are you scared of the gators at all? And he goes, no, it's the water moccasins that we're scared of. I was like, really? He goes, yeah, they're so aggressive. Gators, we're making all kinds of noise. They don't want to be around that. But water moccasins are like, hey, this is my territory. So they fight back. And I was like, oh my God. I said, have you ever been bit? And he said, not me. I was like,
what's a water moccasin look like? Is that like a snake?
It looks like a snake.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think they're black also. They all just got different shaped heads.
Weird.
But, yeah. I don't know. You know what I'll do is I'll go do research what one looks like and I'll put it up right here in the video when they go to YouTube. Because I don't know what they look like either. Every snake looks terrifying to me when they're even little gardener snakes. Ugh.
Yeah. You're a big, strong man, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right now, I totally could beat up a Girl Scout, maybe, if I had to. Oh, bring my cookies back, you little.
Cookies. I gotta get my. This is what I wanted to know if you've heard of this place.
Okay.
Because I stumbled upon it right after I stumbled upon a ticker tape parade.
Oh, something in New York you stumbled upon?
Yeah. So this is my gonna be the site of the week. Let's see if you can recognize it. I feel like you spent a lot of time here. When I found it, I go, this is Rob's hangout. It was in Soho. Do you know what that is? Soho?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I don't I couldn't tell you where that starts and ends. But there's so many little districts like that. Okay. Museum of Ice Cream.
That's the reaction I wanted.
What?
What?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, I wish I could bring I just redid. Did I tell you I redid my garage and it's all decorated with ice cream stuff?
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah. So now I collect ice cream signs.
Oh, like old like signs from like little ice cream places?
Yeah,
Or-
anything. I got a couple light up ones, and I got like some real like vintage commercial ones, like advertising ones. I found at like antique shops and stuff.
This is
Uh,
in your shed,
I know my garage.
your garage, where you were
No,
doing P90X.
yeah.
So you're just raging, and then there's adorable ice cream signs in
I
there.
know.
There should be like pictures of muscle guys.
Well,
You're like,
the ice cream reminds me that if you want that again, you got to lose some weight.
oh, that's yeah. I guess that's good
So,
motivation.
it just started pouring out again. I mean, it'll rain hard for like a half hour, then stop for a half hour, and then it's right back.
That's what it did last night. I got stuck in a rainstorm.
Did you?
I didn't have an umbrella, so
just walk into a restaurant and take one that's at the door.
that would have been smart. Everything was closing up because it was after my show, and then a girl I went to high school with, she came to the show, and then she was like, well, I'm gonna take a lift back to, she lived in Queens, and I was like, I'll take the train because I like to see the sights. And then it just started pouring rain, and I was like, I better call a lift.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like a couple blocks to get to the G train or whatever I was trying to get to.
That's happened to me so many times out there. And it's a weird feeling in New York when you get caught in a rainstorm and you don't really know your way around that great, and you're looking for a train, and you're trying to look at your phone, but it's pouring, and I don't know, it just feels so, it's a weird feeling.
It looked cool though, seeing the bit, because it's been so bright and sunny, and then all of a sudden it just looked ominous, and it was like a dust storm, but dust storm I meant like also garbage was blowing around.
Right.
Again, a beautiful city, but like, and then just seeing a thunderstorm, you can't, like when you're out in the country, you can be like, oh, there it is, and it's going that way. But in the city, it's just like flashes of, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm under scaffolding, like, oh boy.
I was watching the news this morning, and they showed like a big, huge windstorm in New York.
Yeah.
So it must have been the same one you were in then, I guess. Oh man.
I could have been blown away. I can't believe I survived.
Well, you just do a couple 1-finger push-ups and you'll catch a door or something.
Like,
oh, I have a whole, this is kind of dumb, I guess. I have a whole misting kit that can go in my pergola. Have you ever been to like a restaurant where they got the misters? I have that kit, but they don't show how to connect each one to each one. So they just have it like, they just act like you're only putting up one. And I'm like, I got like 10 kits here that my tool guy gave me. So I can't figure it out. And it's driving me crazy. I went on YouTube to figure it out. And then I went to Home Depot, and they're like, we don't know. They're like, this is what we use. And I'm like, this kit is from Home Depot. You guys should know this.
Weird.
Yeah.
So it must just be some type of hose to connect one to the other and then to the main hose, right?
Right. But there should be, but each one's, I don't want to get into it. It's just, they got a way to connect to a connection, like you screw it on like a hose, but then the other end of it is just the misting hose. There's so it's like, how do I connect these? Like it's such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you almost need a different type of connector. Well, let's leave it up to our fans.
Yeah, to help us out here.
So if anybody can fly out, fix Rob Little's Mister.
Yeah.
Mister.
So my dock guy came over, and I was showing them my house because they have never been in it, and they're just like, because they're looking for a new house, and they're like, oh my God, we love everything you did. And they were I love when people, don't you love this too, when people like point out the details that you took extra time to do?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's so many people who come in and they overlook things, and I'm just like, oh, I wish they would have noticed that. These guys didn't. They're pointing at everything. And the 4th of July, one of my neighbors had a little party, and I brought a bunch of the ladies over to look at stuff, and they're all just pointing out I'm like, oh, that made me feel so good.
That's great.
Yeah. Just the cool things that they notice, and some of it I'm going, oh my God, this really has only been in a few months. Some of it, I really only finished like in November, December, and I still kept adding things even then.
Right. You've been in now over a year though, right?
March 1st was kind of when I moved in.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's been over a year.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see it when I can finally get out there.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you couldn't. You're in New York. You could come anytime.
Well, I can't. I gotta go back. I gotta go back to Minnesota. But
If you were with me this week, I'm doing a VFW haul in Orlando, and they're trying to raise money for the vets, and none of the vets are wanting to pay because it's like we're doing like a door deal with them, right?
Sure.
So it's like half and half. I get half, they get half. Well, if they would sell it out, they could make a mint on this, but they're not buying tickets for some reason. I'm like, what's going on? And so they opened it up to the public, and then I put an email on, and right away, like 50 tickets sold. I was like, thank God.
Oh, that's weird. It was just for the vets at first.
Well, because you have to be a member to go in.
Oh, got it. Yep. I know what you mean. Sorry, there's some type of soccer game or something.
I can hear it.
There's literally, they just found out I'm staying here, so people are cheering outside. It's awkward. Yeah.
But have you ever heard of have you ever tried to belong to like a club, like the Rotary Club or the? Here's why I ask. The doc guy just joined the Elks Club, and I goes, well, what does that mean? Because I know there's the vet. Do you have to be a veteran to get in? And he goes, no, they just pretty much just want you to be a good person. I'm like, I guess I'm the president then of this club. So I said, well, he's like, I'll sponsor you. I'll get you into the Elks. And I'm like, wow, I'm really becoming an old guy now. And he goes, well, you'd be the youngest one there. And he goes, right now I'm the youngest. And I was like, oh, I got to join then. Because
that'll be cool.
I don't know. I have no idea what they do.
Do you get a hat? Because didn't Fred and Barney and the Flintstones, weren't they in some type of Elks Club?
You're right. They
had big hats.
They were in the Moose Lodge or something.
Yeah. And then what about Freemason? That's what I want to get into because that's all
right.
Secret.
But I'm not good at secrets. I would be like, if you guess it, I'll tell you. I don't know. I'd like to know things though, and just be like, oh, that's what George Washington did, or like any of those movies with what's his name, where he's like National Treasure movies.
Yeah. Nick Cage. National Treasure.
I mean, were they close on any of that? Like, it would be cool to be. But then every time I heard Freemason, I think you have to know how to like lay bricks or something. Doesn't it sound like it?
Masonry.
Yeah.
That's probably all that. That's how they're just it. Once you probably get in there, like, yeah, you just got to build this wall. You're like, dang it. This was just
the secret is you'd work for free.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone. Like, oh, no. I knew it.
God.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. And the next segment is my favorite. It's time for a little history with your host, Rob Little. This week in history, Tommy, I thought this is something we both could enjoy. The bikini was introduced at a Paris fashion show.
No way. What year?
1946.
Whoa, that's crazy that it was that late. I thought there'd be bikinis earlier.
Yeah, right.
But everybody was wearing their big onesie.
And it was such a this guy, like, it was such a outrageous thing. He couldn't get any of the models to wear it. So he found a 19-year-old nude dancer and she modeled it.
Whoa.
Yep. And he named it the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific. He named the garment after the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific Ocean, hoping that the swimsuit would be as explosive as the nuclear bomb tested there 4 days earlier.
Interesting. But
isn't that crazy? So the bikini's named after a bomb.
All right. I guess that checked out to me. I would have modeled the bikini if that guy had asked. I would have shown. I feel like I would look pretty good in them.
Yeah.
I don't think I filled the top ones up, but
yeah, I don't think you would have either. Now, I think I could have. Maybe, I don't know. I would have had to do the onesie one.
Yeah.
But it ended up being huge, and obviously to this day. Can you imagine nowadays if they had introduced that and girls saying no, they wouldn't do it? There'd be so many girls they would have changed it a million different ways already,
Yeah.
the way
No.
bikinis are nowadays. But
Did they catch on? I haven't seen bikini Megan. When I go to the beach, she just has me look down at the ground.
okay.
Are there bikinis?
Yes, they definitely caught on. And just open a TikTok app and you'll see them quite often. Here's something I thought there's a couple more crazy ones. Did you hear of the big unicorn hoax? And
No.
I'm gonna explain what happened, and then you try to guess what year this was.
Okay.
There were 4 unicorns at the Ringling Brothers Circus, and they were revealed to be goats.
Whoa.
But they were surgically altered. Did you know if you take a goat's horn, they're not attached to their skull at the beginning, just the little buds. So they move them to the center of their head, and they grow together and then eventually attach themselves to the skull.
Whoa. So
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So they did that in the circus, and people go, "Hey, wait, that's not a unicorn. That's a goat."
That's funny. I wonder how they finally realized that. They're like, it's eating a tin can. Unicorns are supposed to eat rainbows.
Right. Plus unicorns, I think they defecate rainbows, right? They're not doing.
Plus they look like horses. Goats are way smaller. So
right.
But it would still be weird to see a goat with a horn in the middle of its head that grow together.
The guy who created it actually patented the procedure.
Oh, wow.
God. That's insane. What year do you think that happened?
That happened in 1934.
Okay, I'm 100% with you on that. I would have guessed that long ago, maybe even longer. It was actually in 1985.
What?
Right?
I guess.
I would have guessed way long time ago. Really in 1985, people, how big was the drug epidemic in the 80s that people were like, no, I think that was a unicorn. They're like, come on. It's a miniature unicorn, guys. Just go with me on this.
Yeah, I for sure thought it would be before like TV, because then it like in print ads it could be like, the unicorn, once TV's out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, weird.
Huh? I didn't know this guy. Here's a new one for you. 1709 this guy was born, so his birthday was this week. Etienne de Silhouette.
Ooh.
He's a French finance minister, and he did some artwork of just the black, and that's why they call it a silhouette now, from his name.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that either.
That's really neat.
It's named after him. I thought that's actually what you called it, but nope. His name is synonymous with reducing things to their simplest form, is what they said.
All right. Way to go, Silhouette. Way to go.
Silhouette.
Now there's beautiful vacuuming coming behind me. Can you hear that? Can you hear the vacuuming? Oh, okay, good.
No, but I love that. It's beautiful. And then there's just 2 guys I'd like to say happy birthday to this week. Kevin Hart.
Yay, Kevin.
And Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, Sebastian's great. Kevin Hart's a little up and coming comic. I think he's going to make something himself. I think he's doing okay.
I opened for him, or I worked with him once in Kansas City right before he started doing things, and he was already pretty awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. Sebastian, I worked with a ton of times at the Comedy Magic in Hermosa Beach, and I didn't think he was going anywhere.
Whatever.
No, I remember telling him, like, oh, dude, I think you're just awesome. And he's like, you think? He's not real sociable.
He is not. I worked with him at House of Comedy, opened for him, and then I worked with him. He came back and did the Varsity Theater, and then it was after his first Showtime spot. I don't know, but it was so crazy how it was like all his fans, like he had finally just popped, and then he was doing like, I think he did Madison Square Garden, right?
Like 9 nights in a row or something like that.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Good for him.
Like, yeah, no kidding. So jealous. So that's it. That's this week in Little History. Some fun little stuff for us.
That was a good one, Rob.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Thank you. it was kind of a boring week really in history. There was a lot of like crappy things, but nothing
No, I like
nothing
that
that interests us.
you stayed with unicorns, bikinis, and silhouettes. That's 3 really positive, fantastic things in history.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up this week?
I'm so excited. This coming week, July 14th through the 17th, I'm featuring for Jackie Cation. She's going to be at Acme Comedy Company. She's recording her new album, and I think she might be taping a special. So, and then I'll be working.
What do you mean? She's recording a special and taping an album?
I think it's going to be one and the same. So she's,
okay.
Yeah. But
wow, good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be doing my new half hour, finally kind of worked out, at least my new 30-minute chunk.
Like you're recording it for an album?
No, but I'm just going to narrow it down. Because for you, I was doing about 20 minutes. So now I'll do the next 10 to 25 to 30. So
yeah.
But
it's funny because I was watching you do your new bit about your vacuum, and I was kind of doing one too, but after I saw yours, I was like, I like yours better. I'm not gonna mess with it. I gotta find like a different way if I was gonna do it. But maybe you could use this. But my vacuum, like you were talking about all the different weird things it does, I have this one carpet, and it gets on this carpet, and it just says, it just stops and it goes, please back me off the edge or back me off the cliff.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not on a cliff, but it's like, who's taking their vacuum to a cliff and go, you got to clean this up right here, Roomba, get to work,
right on the edge of this mountain. Go.
But yeah, that was funny. Nice, man. What do I got coming up? I'm obviously this week I said I was doing this VFW thing. I hope it's fun. I hope they get a better turnout than what they were talking about. I know we got at least 50, 75 tickets already sold, but it holds a few hundred. But next week, the next couple weeks, I'm going to Michigan, and I got, some exciting ones. I'm doing the Detroit Athletic Club. It's called the DAC. They call it in Detroit.
Oh, cool.
It's very like kind of hoity-toity, high class, rich people. Like, I feel like they're like, yes, let's bring Robert Little in. So they're all excited about it though, and so I'm doing that, and then that's next Thursday, the 15th, the 16th, kind of a sad day. It's the funeral, or kind of like a celebration of life, of my buddy Bill Hildebrandt, the one who got me started in comedy.
Yeah.
So they're having that during the day. So I'm excited about, it'll be fun. It's going to be fun because we're going to see a bunch of guys I haven't seen in years.
Right.
And then obviously sad, but I'm already they already said everybody can, when anybody wants to talk, we can talk. And I can't wait. I got all kinds of stuff.
Good stories.
Yeah.
That'll be good. That'll be nice to celebrate his life. So.
Right. And then after that, I'm doing the county fair.
Oh no.
I can't believe it, dude. It's in the grandstands where they have like the truck pulls and where they have all the concerts and truck pulls, and they're bringing me in to start it's basically to start off the county fair.
Nice.
Dude, when I went to this fair was like, it meant everything to me growing up, because it was like such a big deal, and you got to see so many people, and you ride the rides, and you win all these like prizes at the games and stuff. So you got to eat elephant ears, and it was just like, the 4-H club, everything. There was just so many cool things. And in my hometown, we're so small that this was something huge. And now to be like one of the main attractions at it is like insane. I can't believe it.
All right. Do you have an opener, or are you just walking onto the big stage?
Yeah, I'm going to have that Melissa Hager.
Oh, nice.
Friend of mine back in. Yeah, she's and so we're doing a clean show, and like people are bringing kids and stuff. That's
like doing a blast
cruise ship show. But yeah, I'm really excited about it, man. I can't believe it, because it just seemed like something to me that was like, I don't know. You did that big theater with me back home, and that's a big deal to do. But this just feels bigger for some reason.
What is it? One night only?
Yeah.
Nice.
a Wednesday night too, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. But they're only charging like $10 to get in for people, and they got all kinds of cool posters and stuff made up of me, and so I've made a few for them too. And
that's so fun.
I can't wait.
And then do you get in for free, or do you still have to go pay?
I probably got to pay my own ticket to get in. Yeah, but I'm wondering what to wear because normally I like to wear shirt and tie and vest, but this is more like I should be in Daisy Dukes and a flannel.
Don't they have if they have a county fair shirt, you should be wearing, you should rep the fair.
Dude, you just made me before you even said it, I was like, I got bib overalls.
Yep, there you go.
I gotta wear them.
But with the tie and
with the shirt and the vest, or just a jean jacket vest or something.
Yeah. What's the date of that show?
That's the 5th. Let me double check. I think it's the 15th. Nope, the 21st. So 2 weeks. We'll talk once or twice before that. Actually,
yeah. We're coming to Michigan right after that, so we're gonna
when
we're going at the end of July through August 1st to Traverse City, Michigan.
Oh, dude, if you'd been there the week before, we would get to hang.
I know.
I actually go to Reno that week, so
that's awesome. Oh well.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when it gets closer. But dude,
they have me closing out the Pink County Counting Fair. They didn't want to tell you, but I'm on the
your Saturday night,
big Saturday night during the fireworks.
Yeah, I think that's the truck pull night. That's like a big deal there. They make
No, I changed my name to Truck Pull.
I'm sure you did. One finger push-up coming to the stage.
Truck Pull Ryman.
T-pull. Yep. Nice. And then you gotta go up and down when you talk like T-Pain. Oh man. All right. I think that was the show.
I think we did it. Should I close it out?
Please.
This has been another episode of Little Tom Foolery with your host Rob Little and of course Tommy Ryman. And as always, please download and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get podcasts. And if it's so important, if you would become a Patreon member, it really helps us just keep things going. Rob needs more ice cream signs for his shed. But no, and you get really cool stuff. We made a new brand new poster that you get if you join the to become a fool. You get an awesome signed poster with Rob and I, and there's just fun little bonuses, and it really helps us keep this amazing podcast going. So if you have a chance, please join that. Otherwise, watch us on YouTube. Then you can see all the pics that we post, and then please like and subscribe and share with your friends. But again, thanks for listening to A Little Tomfoolery with Tommy Ryman and
Rob Little.
Bye, fools.
Hey.